Lexie, I remember when I used to say to you that we would only be friends. Today we are making the ultimate decision to spend the rest of our lives together, and I could not put a bigger smile on my face and a deeper love in my heart. You will forever be my munchie, and I cannot wait for what the future has in store for us. As the nerves set in and the emotions start to arise, please know that it gives me great honor that you chose me to be the one you wanted to spend your life with. I truly believe that I am the luckiest man in the world, that I get to spend the rest of my life with my best friend. Remember, today is about you and me, and enjoy every second of it. Today is the day that I get to officially become your husband and call you my wife. I love you so much, and I cannot wait to see how beautiful you will look walking down that aisle. Today symbolizes that our forever begins today. Love, Brian.
Dear Brian, today is the day. We have been waiting for so long for this day to come, and it's finally here. I've dreamed and prayed about finding and marrying my best friend, and here I am. This is the beginning of forever for us. I cannot wait to experience life with you by my side. Together we will face life's challenges and celebrate each big milestone. I can't wait to see how our love continues to grow and change with each day. I promise to love you each second of every day and for so long as we live. I cannot wait to start a family with you and watch our love continue to grow. I am so blessed to call you mine. Forever I'm yours, forever I do. Love always, Lexie.
blessing on the birth of a new family here today. We ask that you would be with them now and every day after as they live out their commitment to love and serve one another. I ask this in your name. Amen. You may be seated. 1 Corinthians 13, verses 4 through 8 describes love. It says this: love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Love never fails. We are gathered here today to celebrate and witness the love between Brian and Lexie that will join them together as husband and wife. Who presents Lexie to marry this man?
Her mother and I.
And will you, friends and family, give your enthusiastic blessing to this marriage? If so, say we will.
We will.
Sounded like you meant it, so we can keep going. You know, one of the best parts of my job is that I get to participate in the sacred moments in people's lives. And it is made so much sweeter when I already know and love the people doing it. Not only did I get to spend time during premarital counseling witnessing the maturity of your love for each other, I've gotten to watch it grow for years now. A day like today is the culmination of so many others. The experiences and relationships that you shared over time prepared you for the commitment that you're going to make. And many of us who have witnessed all that get to be here to witness this, and that is a joy. Even those who are no longer able to be physically with us, people like Claudia Mom, Brian Dad, Pop, Grandpa, they are present in the ways that they impacted you too on your journey to becoming who you are today. And so today is not just a celebration for you guys, but for all that have loved you along the way. The words we recited just a few moments ago, they paint a picture of love, but not just any kind of love. A patient love, a selfless love, one that protects and perseveres, one that never fails. It is a picture of God's perfect love. Brian, Lexie, it is my hope that you would hold this picture on the walls of your heart and hold it there to remind yourselves of the commitment that you make today to one another and to God. And when the stresses of life lived together over long periods of time creep in, know that the love you give and receive will not actually be perfect, because only God's is, but that placing Him at the center of your marriage places His perfect love there too. Know that the bond you commit to today is bigger than any of us. It is more than our wants and desires, more than our needs. It is trust and hope. It is shared joy doubling and shared pain lessening. It's the antidote to the loneliness of our human condition. What you enter into today is beauty personified. Now, over the years spent gazing at this beautiful picture, you will begin to see the small mistakes, the imperfections that threaten to diminish its power, as if the beauty you once saw either never really existed or couldn't withstand the test and scrutiny of time. In these moments, you might be tempted to think that the space between the love you share and this picture of God's perfect love somehow mean it isn't yours. I am here to tell you both that those imperfections paint a new and arguably more beautiful picture, one that connects the two of you through God to something beyond you. And when these moments come, I hope and I pray that you will think back on this day and the bond you are committing to and realize that the fact that you can't live up to perfection does not disqualify you from love. It simply illustrates love's truest power, that we are never capable or worthy, yet still we get to enjoy it. So even as you find yourselves keeping record of wrongs or getting easily angered, those things cannot stand in the way of the protection, the hope, the trust that you have in one another and in God. Know that those things will always persevere because his perfect love, the one that unites you today, never fails. Lexie and Brian have written out an expression of their love and commitment to one another that they will now share. Lexie, we're going to start with you.
Brian Joseph, my best friend, my confidant, my other half. Simply one look at you, and my whole life falls in line. I prayed for you before I called you mine. I'm forever grateful that you chose me to spend the rest of your life with. We have been through some of our highest highs and our lowest lows together, which has allowed us to learn a lot about one another. Throughout the past few years, we have been through the loss of loved ones, where we have learned how to comfort one another in time. Sorry. Whew, my eyes are getting blurry. Where we have learned how to comfort one another in times of grieving. We have been through celebrations of big life events where we learned how to communicate and compromise, showing the strength of our relationship. Brian, I'm forever thankful that I met you and I got to experience the last 6 years with you as our love grew and changed. Each day, I love you more than the last. You make me feel safe, cherished, seen, and loved, and I couldn't ask for a better life partner than that. In this life that we are creating, I vow to celebrate us and to always support you. I promise to love you and always be by your side through all the ups and downs, like when Aaron Judge was trying to make home run history. I vow to always be faithful and always be your best friend, no matter what the future might bring. I vow to continue to go on date nights, even if it means that we're going to Outback for the 1,000th time. I promise to always root for you, cheer you on, and be your biggest fan. I promise to love and support you, even when the Giants are losing or your fantasy football team is not doing so well. I vow to be truthful and communicate. I promise to make you my first priority, even on days when you make sports yours. I promise to always make time for you. And they say love is a journey. I promise that I'll never leave. When it's too heavy to carry, remember this moment with me. I cannot wait to spend every second the rest of my life with you, and to create a family that we get to call ours. You are the love of my life. I promise to adore you, cherish you, and respect you for all the days of my life. I get to love you. It's the best thing that I'll ever do. It's a promise I'm making to you. Whatever may come, your heart I will choose. Forever I'm yours, forever I do.
Yep.
Jeez. All right. Lexie, I have to catch my breath when I look at how gorgeous you are up here with me to believe this is real. Thank you. I told myself I was going to do this.
It always happens.
I'm the luckiest man in the world to be marrying my best friend. I love your big heart, your laugh, and your ability to understand me like no one else can. Even though you decided to pick a football Sunday to get married. And you know I'm missing the Giants versus Eagles today. This must be true love. You are kind and caring, and one smile from you brightens my whole day. But most importantly, you are the love of my life. You make me happier than I could ever imagine, and more love than I ever thought possible. I offer myself to you as yours with all of my strengths and faults, as I take you as mine, knowing and loving all your strengths and faults. I promise to love you for who you are now and for who you are yet to become. I promise to be patient Even when we walk around the dollar section at Target 4 times, when nothing new is going to appear. Or to TJ Maxx to look for one thing and come out with 10 different things. I promise to remember that all things between us are rooted in love. I promise to nurture your dreams and help you to reach for them. I promise to share my whole heart with you and to remember to show you how deeply I care for you, no matter the challenges that may come our way. I promise to love you loyally and fiercely. I promise to not only grow old with you, but to never stop growing with you. I promise to build a better life each day as we learn from each other to be kind, giving, patient, selfless, and to always cherish each day together. I promise to be there to catch you if you should stumble, carry you over every threshold, and fall in love with you all over again every day. I see the vows not as promises, but as privileges. I get to laugh with you and cry with you, just like now. Care for you and share with you. I get to run with you and walk with you, build with you and live with you. Through hard times and good times, through sickness and in health, I'll always be at your side. I will love you for all the days of my life.
All right, now you can take each other's hands again. All right. Do you, Brian, take Lexie to be your wife, to have and to hold, to love and to cherish from this day forward, for better, for worse, for richer, for poor, in sickness and in health, for as long as you both shall live?
I do.
And do you, Lexie, take Brian to be your husband, to have and to hold, to love and to cherish from this day forward, for better, for worse, for richer, for poor, in sickness and in health, for as long as you both shall live?
I do.
All right. Okay. May we have the rings? So you can give her yours, but we're going to start with you. All right. Brian, as you place your ring on Lexie's finger, repeat after me. This is the ring I give you.
This is the ring I give you.
In token of my love and devotion.
In token of my love and devotion.
And with my heart.
And with my heart.
I pledge to you all that I am.
I pledge to you that all that I am.
With this ring.
With this ring.
I marry you and join my life to yours.
I marry you and join my life to yours.
Lexie, as you place the ring on Brian's finger, repeat after me. This is the ring I give you.
This is the ring I give you.
In token of my love and devotion.
In token of my love and devotion.
And with my heart.
And with my heart.
I pledge to you all that I am.
I pledge to you all that I am.
With this ring.
With this ring.
I marry you and join my life to yours.
I marry you and join my life to yours.
Inasmuch as Brian and Lexie have exchanged vows and rings before God and gathered witnesses, by virtue of the authority entrusted to me as a pastor, and in agreement with the laws of the state, I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss. Brian and Lexie, I pray that today's joy would just be the starting point, and that the depth and strength of your love would only grow with age. Amen. Amen. Would you all please stand as I introduce to you for the first time Mr. and Mrs. Brian and Alexandra Vigilante.
Stockings are hung with care. The children sleep with one eye open. Well, now there's more than toys at stake, 'cause I'm older now, but not done hoping. twinkling of the lights, the Santa carols fill the household. Old Saint Nick has taken flight with a heart on board, so please be careful. Each year I ask for many different things, but now I know what my heart wants you to bring. So please just fall in love with me this Christmas. There's nothing else that I will need this Christmas. Won't be wrapped under a tree. I want something to last forever. So kiss me on this cold December night.
Parents of our bride, Patricia and Eric. Right behind them is the equally proud parents of our groom, his mother, Debbie. Give it up for her, ladies and gentlemen. Right behind her is his father and stepmother, Sharon and Joseph. All right, ladies and gentlemen, time for the rest of our bridal party. Coming out first, Adriana and Richard. Right behind them, we have Amber and CJ. Up next, coming out now, is Brittany and Chris. Following right behind them is Ashley and Daniel. Up next is Maggie and Joseph. Now for our VIPs this evening, everybody, our matron of honor and best man, Amanda and Andrew. Okay. So we have the parents in the room. We have our bridal party in the room. Are we ready to meet our bride and groom this evening? Rise from your seats. Please rise up out of your seats, for this is the moment we've all been waiting for. It's my proud pleasure to introduce to you for the first time ever as husband and wife, Mr. and Mrs. Brian Vigilante. Ladies and gentlemen, they just got married!
One look at you, my whole life falls in line. I prayed for you before I called you mine. Oh, I can't believe it's true sometimes. Oh, I can't believe it's true. I to love you. It's the best thing that I'll ever do. I get to love you. It's a promise I'm making to you. Whatever may come, your heart I will choose. Forever I'm yours, forever I do. I get to love you. 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 And they say love is a journey, a promise that I'll never leave. The wedding's too heavy to carry. Remember this moment with me. I get to love you. I get to love you. I get to love you.
Give it up for them, ladies and gentlemen. Bride and groom first dance.
Look at the two of you dancing that way, lost in the moment and each other's face. So much in love, you're alone in this place, like there's nobody else in the world. I was enough for her not long ago. I was her number one, she told me so, and she still means the world to me, just so you know. So be careful when you hold my girl. Time changes everything, life must go on. I'm not gonna stand in your way. I loved her first, I held her first, and a place in my heart will always be hers. From the first breath she breathed, when she first smiled at me, I knew the love of a father runs deep. And I prayed that she'd find you someday, but it's still hard to give her away. I loved her first.
Give it up for them, ladies and gentlemen. A father and his daughter on her wedding day.
It's only for a moment you were mine to hold. The plans that heaven has for you will all too soon unfold. So many different prayers I'll pray for all that you might do. But most of all, I want to know you're walking in the truth. And if I never told you, I want you to know that as I watch you grow, I pray that God would fill your heart with dreams, and that faith gives you the courage to dare to do great things. I'm here for you, whatever this life brings. So let my love give you roots and help you find your wings. May passion be the wind that leads you through your days, and may conviction keep you strong, guide you on your way. May there be many
Give it up, ladies and gentlemen, a mother and son on his wedding day. And give it up for the reason we're here this evening, our bride and groom.
We thank all of you for joining us here this afternoon to celebrate Lexie and Brian. They are such a sweet, deserving couple, and I am glad that you are here to share in their love. Lexie, you have made your mother and I so proud. I know that our pride of you will not end here. I know that you will be a wonderful wife and a wonderful mother one day. You have a kind and caring heart that is evident to all those around you. You have never settled for anything in your life. You have always strived for the absolute best. I can say with certainty that that has carried over into your choice in a spouse. You never settled for a boy, you found a man. You never settled for okay, you always wanted the best. This is a wonderful quality to have, and I am glad you came out victorious again. Please know that your mother and I, excuse me, think the world of you and want your happiness above all. I can generally say that while it is sad to be giving you away to another man, I am honored that I can be entrusting Brian with your heart and life. Brian, they say that eyes are the window to the soul. I see how you look at my daughter. I can tell that you love her down to your very essence. There's nothing superficial about your love. Thank you for treating her as she deserves to be treated. I know that you will make a wonderful husband, always choosing to protect her and love her more than you do yourself. We are very proud to welcome you to our family. Debbie and Joe, you did a remarkable job in raising a wonderful man, a man that is worthy of marrying my little girl. It is rare that a young man at his age is as responsible as your son is, and I can only chalk that up to good parenting from a young age. He has been blessed to have you both. That much is obvious. In turn, that means that my daughter will also be blessed to have you both in her life. So that brings us to today. Today, my daughter gets married and begins her life as a wife and as a partner with a man she loves. I think it deserves a toast. So everyone, please raise your glasses for the bride and groom. Here's to the past for all that you have learned. Here's to the present for all you share. And here's to the future for all that you have got to look forward to. God bless you both.
Hi, everyone. If you don't know who I am, you've probably been living under a rock. I am Lexie's sister and best friend in the whole entire world, Amanda. Also, Budgie. I always say that 26 years ago, my mom gave me my best friend. And I stand by that statement every day of my life. My sister has been my person since October 11th, 1996. I remember whispering to my mom's belly, "Good night," before bedtime, either because I knew she would be my little bestie or because I was delaying the inevitable bedtime. Probably that one. Lexie and I have had our own ups and downs. She would follow me endlessly as a child, become a beautiful, popular girl in middle school, and make fun of my need to read every second of the day. But, joke's on Lexie, she ended up turning into a woman very similar to me anyway. Mwahaha. I met Brian in 2016 when Lex worked at Sunshine Preschool. My first memory of Brian is being annoyed that he wanted to take over using my aux cord in my car when Lexie borrowed it to hang out with him. He then transitioned into calling me Mandy Moore, which I fake hate to this day. Brian has become a little brother to both me and my husband, Mike, and we would do anything to help him and love that both Lexie and Brian come to us for advice. Speaking of advice, I've compiled a list of marriage tips for the new Mr. and Mrs. that I'd like to share with you today. For those of you that know Lexie and I, you know that we are huge mega fans of the TV show Friends. She even predicted my speech was about this. We have binge watched each season multiple times, gone to the Friends experience in New York City, and are able to quote almost every line in the show. I have compiled a list of advice that you both can take into your marriage based on each of the 6 friends. Number 1 is Monica. Keep your future home clean. If I know anything about my sister, it is that she is a neat freak to such an extreme. We have gotten in countless fights over my makeup on the bathroom counter or my jacket left on the kitchen chair. Brian, if she gets in one of these moods, just comply with a smile on your face. Just trust me, okay? Okay, number 2 is Ross. Don't get divorced. Didn't land as well as I thought. Just kidding. But really, we can learn from Ross that your person was right there all along. Ross had a huge crush on Rachel throughout high school, and their love story is one of the greatest of all time. Lexie and Brian met in high school and connected in one of the most romantic places of all, a physics classroom. You both experienced relationships, jobs, and school before you came together, but you were each other's lobsters all along. I consider you both so lucky to have found each other so soon in life. Number 3 is Phoebe. Be a little weird. You two have found each other because you can each handle each other's weirdness. Lexie can handle Brian's die-hard Yankees obsession, and Brian can handle Lexie's need to purchase every Squishmallow on the market at 26 years old. Embrace that weirdness and appreciate it in one another. It will keep you laughing forever. Number 4 is Joey. Share your food. There's a reason after 10 seasons that Joey is the only single friend, and I'm assuming it's because Joey doesn't share food. Order the extra fries, split the side of pizza, double dip in that new ice cream flavor. One of the best ways to share your love is to share your food. Unless it's pasta, Lexie doesn't share pasta. Number 5 is Rachel. Rely on those closest to you. From episode 1 on, Rachel learned that in times of hardship, you go to your friends for support and love. She literally left her own wedding to find Monica in episode 1, who enfolded her into the best friend group anyone could have ever had. When Rachel got cut off by her dad, who did she reach out to? Her friends. When Rachel learned that she was pregnant in season 6, who did she go to? Her friends. When Rachel was turning 30, a tragedy that I know very well from my own experience, who did she lean on? Her friends. You two will be each other's greatest friends in life, but you also have a supportive community of people to lean on in hard times. Embrace us as we embrace you two. Love each other and love your friends. We've got this. Number 6 is Chandler, our favorite character. From Chandler, you can learn the importance of communication. Over 10 seasons, Chandler goes from a relationship imbecile to an amazing husband. Chandler was incapable of communicating at the beginning of the show. He even told his ex, oh my God, Janice, that he was moving to Yemen so that he could break up with her, which was a complete lie. By the time he marries Monica, Chandler is able to share his feelings, cry at his proposal, and finally feel ready to start his own family. Trust me, communication isn't easy, but it makes everything better. Lexie and Brian, I love you both so, so much. Remember that I'll always be there for you when the rain starts to pour, like I've been there before. Cheers to many years of being each other's best friends. I love you.
Hey, soul sister, ain't that Mr. From twins to brothers to best friends to now being this guy, amazing guy's best man. When we were kids, we would always talk about when we were going to get married. No matter what, hands down, we were going to be each other's best man. I can't believe the day has finally came where I get the honor to be the best man for this beautiful couple. I mean, I never knew that we would see the day where Brian would actually find someone he loved more than sports, to be honest. So, and if you know Brian, then you know how much sports means to him. And if you don't, just ask his bride. I remember this one time when Brian and I went down to Lexie's school because she invited Brian last minute, and he almost said no because he was too tired to drive. Shocker. So he asked me to drive. So, of course, I drove us down to Monmouth. When we get there, everyone had been drinking for a while, and unfortunately, someone had to tell Brian they were already 10 shots deep. So what did Brian say? I guess I had to go 11. So, of course, in about an hour and a half, Brian may have drank about 13 or 14 shots. I mean, who knows? We weren't even counting. But one thing I must mention, no matter how much he drank, he found a way to ask Lexie, can you please put on the Ohio State game? Did I mention he loves sports? I mean, to be honest, I was more amazed at how much he could drink in such a short amount of time. After all, those 13 or 14 shots, he turns to me and he says, I'm sure one more doesn't hurt. Even though we all advised against it, Brian, being Brian, may have gotten a little carried away and just a tad bit sick. But without hesitation, the one person who stayed up with him all night by his side was Lexie. The concern I saw on her face for him and the eagerness to take care of him, to help him, that's when I knew that she was going to be the one he marries. That's when I knew that she was the one for him. And look at us here today on their wedding day, even though it was almost 6 years. Somehow Brian told Lexie that he was only going to be friends with her, but, you know. He definitely made one of the best decisions to give that up and found that she wasn't just going to be a friend, but his best friend, and now his wife. I remember the day when he told me he was going to propose to her, how he was going to do it, and how he really wanted to trick her and throw her off. He kept telling Lexie that he wanted to wait to be engaged until he found a job since he just graduated college. Once he bought the ring, that's when it really became surreal for him and everyone who has been there for their journey. Our family was excited and overjoyed over the long time coming that we were gaining such an amazing sister to be in our family. The way Brian would talk about proposing with such excitement and happiness, I mean, I could have sworn it was about the Giants or the Yankees, but it was actually about Lexie. In all seriousness, the way he made it a point to make sure that Lexie was going to feel super special and to make sure it was in her favorite place, with her favorite food, with her favorite person, I knew that he was going to make one of the best decisions he will ever make in his life, and that was to spend his forever with his person. And not only that, but that Lexie will truly be getting a man who will go above and beyond no matter what challenges they will face together. I mean, unfortunately, we had to wait 6 years, like I said. But it's an honor to be here celebrating Brian and Lexie on their special day, their wedding day. Over those 6 years, I have seen this beautiful couple grow stronger and better as a couple and as individuals. I mean, Lexie got him to shed tears, so thank you, Lexie, for showing us that his tear ducts actually work. Again, if you don't know whether Brian cries or not, just ask Lexie. All kidding aside, the love these two have for each other is beautiful, selfless, kind, patient, forgiving, and most of all, for each other. The way Brian puts Lexie first, and yes, even before football, college football, our nephew's football, baseball, and hockey, and the way Lexie puts Brian first in everything she does, an example of what true love is. There's a special someone who wasn't just important in our lives, but in Lexie's as well, who couldn't be here tonight to celebrate the amazing bride and groom. That was our mom, Claudia. Lexie, our mom loved you like you were her own daughter, just as our mom and dad who are here, Joe and Debbie. Brian, I know that mom would be so proud of what you're doing and the accomplishments and decisions you're making in your career, in your life and buying your first home together, and now this journey with your new wife. Mom wouldn't have missed this night for the world. I know that there is no doubt she wouldn't be talking about it over and over and over and over, counting down the days until this day, probably texting you with millions of wedding emojis. Exactly. Lost my place, Rebecca, thank you. No. Texting you with millions of wedding emojis or calling you every night since the moment you proposed. She's proud of who you are, I'm proud of who you are, and Lexie, I'm proud of the person you are and the person you are for Brian. You are the most important thing that Brian holds dear in this world, and don't worry, guys, I didn't forget about Duncan and Jaeger. They come second to him. Lexie, you have been part of our family since day one, and we couldn't have asked for a better person for Brian and our family than you. You have been an amazing sister, and now you'll become an amazing wife to Brian. I speak for all of the vigilantes when I say welcome officially to this family, and I speak for all of the vigilantes and disabled when I say we wish nothing but blessings and prosperity for you guys. Amen. Just remember to always put God first in the center of everything you do, as well as putting each other first. As Lexie will always be disabled at her roots, I gotta apologize to the Z's. She's moving up in the list a little bit. And although it took about 4 years of trying to get you to say I love you to me and trying to get you to call me your brother, it's now official and I can now say, sister, I love you. Brian, I love you. And I know that there will be nothing but good things to come for you both. I and so many people are so excited to see what's coming for the future for the both of you. And Brian, just because you're married now doesn't mean you get to hide away in the man cave watching sports all weekend. Everyone, let's raise our glasses in celebration of the new Mr. and Mrs. Brian and Lexie Vigilante.
I believe every love a tree that smells of pine, a house that's filled with joy and laughter. The mistletoe says stand in line, loneliness is what I've captured. Oh, but this evening can be a holy night. It's cozy on up by the fireplace and dim those Christmas lights. So please just fall in love with me this Christmas. There's nothing else that you and me this Christmas. It won't be wrapped under a tree. I want something to last forever. So kiss me on this cold December night. They call it the season of giving. I'm here, I'm yours for the taking. They call it the season of giving. I'm here, I'm yours. Just fall in love with me this Christmas. Nothing else that we will need this Christmas. Won't be wrapped under a tree. I want something to last forever. 'Cause I don't wanna be alone tonight. Christmas sweater, walk proudly to the mistletoe tonight. I want something to last forever. So kiss me on this cold December night. They call it the season of giving. I'm here, yours for the taking. They call it the season of giving. I'm here, I'm yours.